Hello and welcome to another chapter. So this time we're looking at chapter 8, lines and angle, on the construction of segment lines. Okay, so in this part of the lesson, before we start doing this, you will need to prepare a few things. So number one is this pair of compasses. You will also need a protractor as well as a ruler. Okay, so these are the tools that you will need throughout the lesson today. So let's look at the first one, construct a line segment. And there are two questions here. One is construct a 4 centimeter, another one construct 7 centimeter. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Okay, so in this question, whenever the question asks you to construct, it is best that you use pencil. Don't use pen. Okay. So first one, because there's nothing saying here, usually what we do is we take a ruler, okay, and then measure 4 using a ruler. Now because this is construct, okay, construct, because we're not measuring, right? We'll construct, so we are going to use compasses later on. So first one, okay, so you will need to mark your beginning line. So let's say this is A. Okay, and take your ruler. I'm going to use a transparent ruler, easier for you to see later on, and open your pair of compasses until it reaches 4 centimeter. Okay, like this. Now make sure your pencil or your whatever is on this part, mechanical or the pencil part, this is already lined up. Okay, this is lined up. Okay, we don't want it to be not lined, or else you'll have okay, so open until 4 centimeter. Once you have that done, okay, bring the pointy part of your compasses to the marking of A, point A, and then mark it on the line. Okay, so the marking here will be the 4 centimeter. Okay, so this will be B. Oh, there's no need for you to mark it with a pen. So it will be 4 centimeter. So the line will be just straight. They can be line that is slanted. So if you're not comfortable with slanted line, you can always tilt your book so that you have a comfortable position. So again, mark your beginning. Just let's say this is P. Now bring your ruler and open your open your compasses until it reaches 7 centimeter. Okay, I have a ruler that comes to the edge where there is no margin. Okay, so once you've done that, the pointy part is at the P, okay, the beginning, and then use your compasses, do a marking, which I hope you can still see. Okay, and then let's say this is Q. After you have construct the line, it is a good habit to check whether it is accurate or not. Okay, so this is how we construct the line segment. Right, moving on. The next one, okay, we want to construct a perpendicular bisector of line segment. Right, perpendicular means it is 90 degree on the given line. So if you're taking your protector, so 90 degree will be this line. So it means that we want to draw a line that is in this manner. Okay, so to do that, you will need your compasses. Alright, I'm going to zoom in so that you can see better. Right, so there are 2 points here, A and B. So we're going to use that point to do a marking on the top and the bottom of these two lines. On this line. Okay, so the top and the bottom. So what I will usually advise is that when you do an opening on your compasses, make sure that it is a little bit more than half. Let's say this is the opening, the distance between A and B, and then half maybe here, so open it a little bit more than half. Alright, so on point A, do a marking on the top. I'm going to try to do it so that it doesn't obstruct my view, your view. Okay, notice that I hold the top of the compasses. Okay, and then do another one at the bottom. We can always come back and redraw if it doesn't align. So this is the first part of your marking. Now, without adjusting your pair of compasses, move to the point B. Okay, and then we do the same arc again, and one on top, the other one at the bottom. So now you notice that there is two marking that looks like the letter X. Now with these two marking, okay, align them together to draw a straight line going down. So what I like to do, that's why I like to use clear ruler. I will bring my pencil and then bring my ruler here, and then to the intersection of these two, and then draw a line. Now make it a good habit to check, okay, to check your construction after each drawing. Now it is not against the rule for you to use a protector to check your construction. So now I have a 90 degree just to make sure that both sides have the 90 degree. Yep. Okay, so both of them is 90 degree. Okay, we look at question B. Now question B, as you can see, it is a diagonal line. So if it's a diagonal line and you're not comfortable with the diagonal line, just rotate your book, okay, and then you can start doing the same process again. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit clearer. Okay, we are going to do the same thing. I'm going to see if I have more than half of the distance between P and Q, and then doing the same thing, one marking on the top, another one at the bottom. Okay, so one marking on top and the bottom. Now switch to point Q, do the marking on the top and the marking at the bottom so that it forms kind of like a letter X. Alright. So I like to bring my pencil to the intersection of these two arcs and then draw this perpendicular bisector. Now make it a good habit to always use a protector to check whether your construction is accurate or not. Now if it's inaccurate, you can always erase. It will be a miserable life if you don't check after each construction. So that's how you construct perpendicular bisector of a line segment. Okay, next we're going to see how to construct a perpendicular line, okay, from a given point. In this case is point M, from the given straight line, which is PQ. Right, so as you can see here, there are two cases. One, the point M can be somewhere outside the line PQ, and also it can be on the case where it is on the line. Okay, we'll see one by one how to construct this. Again, if you're not comfortable with a diagonal line, you can always adjust so that your book is in the position where you're comfortable with that line. Right? So this time, instead of starting at point P or point Q, I'm going to start at point M. Okay, now the opening of your pair of compasses will be just a little bit more than the given line. You don't need to do it so far away from the line like this. Okay, you'll see the reason why in a minute. I'm going to open just a little bit more than the given PQ line. Now from here, you are going to draw an arc. So if you open too big, let's say you open this big, can you see that you are not able to draw the arc properly? Okay, so that's why you don't need a big opening. Alright, from this arc, I'm going to zoom you in. Whoops. Now you notice that, okay, the arc intersect at here on the line PQ, and the other one here on the same line. So now this intersection will help us to draw the perpendicular line. We are going to draw it just like we draw the perpendicular line bisector. Okay, so instead of using PQ as our guide, we are going to use that that intersection between the arc and the line. Okay, you can change, you can open it bigger, you can keep it the same. Okay, so 1, and then switch to the other side. Okay, and draw the X. Now you know that each time we draw this arc of X, we need to connect and then draw the line. Now this is a perpendicular line, means that the line that passes M needs to be a 90-degree angle. Now let's check, is it 90? Seems like it's okay, so close, 90, alright. Now let's look at if this is what is happening. Now if the point M is on the line PQ, what you need to do is from M again. Okay, you can open it as big as the P, okay, or even smaller. I'm going to open just a little bit more than the marking P. Do the same as we did with the other. Okay, so we're going to draw like the bisector as well. Okay, so I'm going to mark on P and Q. Now this time, after this you will need to open a big opening on your compasses. Okay, bigger than M. Right, and then draw your first arc on the top and as well as on the bottom. Switch to the other one. Okay, so once you already draw your X, these two arc X, it should pass through point M, which is what the question wants. Now make it a habit to check whether it is 90 degree or not. Okay, so 90 degree, check the other side. Now if you have the full circle, of course you can use it to check. Right, so 90 degree. So this is how we construct a perpendicular line that passes through given point, which is M. Okay, the next one, we want to construct a line that is parallel. Okay, and then parallel to the line AB that passes through point M. The previous one is a perpendicular line, means it is at this manner. Okay, at this manner. But this one is parallel line. So parallel line means that the angle, the gradient of these two lines will be exactly the same. Now if I'm gonna turn this page over so that we have better position of viewing this. Better drawing, because we are going to draw it that way. So the first thing is from point A. So point A and point D will be the starting point for, point D will be the starting point for the line that passes through point D. Okay, so I'm going to use a compass. Okay, and then bring to point D, or at least do your opening until point D. Okay, I'm gonna mark it here. I'm gonna do the same thing without changing the opening of my pair of compasses. Okay, next I'm gonna open so that the distance between AB will be reflected on point D. Okay, so now I already have the opening of AB. Bring your pointy part to the point T and then draw this X. So now you have an X. So whenever there's an X, okay, right, so I'm gonna check by bringing it this somewhere in the line, so make sure that it is the same. Okay, you can do like this. Okay, so that I know I'm checking whether the length or the gap between these two is the same. Alright, so that's how you draw a parallel line to AB. Alright, next we are going to construct specific angle. Okay, specific angle. So in this part we'll be constructing the line QR so that the angle PQR is 60 degree. Now you need to know how to read this question. whenever it says PQR, so the Q, okay, whatever is in the middle will have the 60 degree. So this is our Q for question A, means that we'll start here and the angle here will be 60. So you know that PQ and then R will be somewhere here. Right? So 60. What you need to do is, again, your compass. I'm going to zoom you in. Alright, so now bring your pointy part here. Make an arc. Without changing your size of your compasses, bring the pointy part to the arc that you have already drawn, the intersection between the line PQ and the arc that you have already drawn just now, and then do one marking. Each marking represents 60 degree. Okay. Now if you make a whole turn, it will become 360. That's why each marking is equals to 60. Okay, and then bring it right. So PQR. So before I do my label, I will check whether it is accurate or not. Okay, so we'll start to look at from 0, move all the way up, so 60. So my line is 60 degree. Then only, okay, then only I will label this as R. Okay, there's no need for you to label that 60 degree, but you do have to label the position for point R. Okay, we're going to look at this one. So in this one is PQ, so there's no R. Okay, PQ, there's no R. So the Q can be here. So PQ. Okay. Again, open your compasses. Draw the arc. Next, move your compasses to the intersection between the arc and the line PQ. One marking only. Okay, each mark is representing of 60 degree. Right, so before I label, I'll do the checking first. Now you look at this. See how much it is away. So if it's this much away, just draw it again. That's why we use pencil. Okay. And make sure always check. Right now it's better, 60. Okay, so that's how you draw 60. Next, we are going to look at 120 degree. So 120 degree. So EF we have E here, so F will be somewhere here, so that DEF is 120. So DEF, so we'll be starting at point E. Okay, starting at point E. Now one marking, I did mention that it is 60. So if I do 2 marking, it will be 120. So this one will be 2 times 1. Okay, and then 2. So 2 marking. Use your ruler. Okay, so before you do any labeling, make sure that you check that you have correct line. Right, so mine is 120. How do you read? Start from the given line. Okay, start from the given line and then read from 0 going towards the line that you already draw. In our case now it's 120. So this is accurate. Then only we label F. Right, next. Okay, so just now the question is DEF. So DEF will be somewhere here. So we'll start at E. Okay, 120. So you need your compasses. Okay, and then make a arc that is almost half circle. Okay, so first point will be the intersection between the line and the arc that you draw just now. One marking is 60, so we need another one which is 120. Okay, and then draw your line. So before I do any labeling, make sure that you check, is it 120? So always start at the given line where it's 0 and then move to 120. Don't start at 180. You will get the wrong measurement. Okay, if you start at 180, you'll get 60, which is not correct. So if we start at 0 and then move to the given line, so our line is at 120, which is accurate.